Okay, so now we are going to look at solving the equation 2 equals x squared plus x minus 1. I'm going to go over two ways to solve this. The first is a graphical method, and the second is using the algebraic functions built into your TI Nspire. Now this is a technique you're going to want to learn well because you're going to use it many times throughout your years in math. So the graphical method of solving the equation involves plotting the left-hand side of the equation and the right-hand side of the equation separately. So we graph y equals the left-hand side of the equation, y equals 2 as one graph, and then we plot y equals the right side of the equation. So y equals x squared plus x minus 1 as another graph, and we expect two solutions when we solve a quadratic. We get 2 points of intersection. We can figure out what they are by using the method from the previous video. Menu, analyze graph, intersection. We get them both. Let's solve for both at once. So we see when x is negative 2.3, x squared plus x minus 1 equals 2. And when x equals 1.3, x squared plus x minus 1 equals 2. So those are the two solutions. Okay, an alternative way to solve equations on your TI Nspire is accessible from a calculator tab. So open up a new calculator, and then we're going to click Menu. We're going to select Algebra, and go to Polynomial Tools, Find Roots of Polynomials. Click on that, and you see we get a couple options we need to select before we go forward. The first is degree. Now degree means the highest power of x, or the highest exponent that appears by an x, or whatever variable you're using in your equation. So in the case of a quadratic equation, degree is 2 because x squared is the highest power. If you were solving for the x-intercepts of a line, that would be degree 1 because x to the power 1 is the highest power of x in that equation. So we go 2, we're always going to leave real as the option for roots. Click OK, and we get some more options we can fill in. So notice that in order to solve this equation, it has to be in the form that has 0 on one side of the equation. So we're actually going to need to rearrange our equation to have 0 on one side. So we need to put 0 on one side. So if we rewrite this equation, 0 equals x squared plus x, we can accomplish that by subtracting 2. So this 2 on the left-hand side, we subtracted 2 from both sides, and we get 0 on the left, we get x squared plus x, and negative 1 subtract 2 is negative 3. So that's actually the equation we are now solving in a different form. So back on our TI Nspire, then, remember we're now solving x squared plus x minus 3. That's equivalent to our original equation, rewritten so that 0 is on one side. So a2, that's the value in front of the x squared, that's 1. a1, what we usually call b, that's what's in front of the x, the coefficient in front of the x is also 1. And now a0, that's what we usually call c, it's the constant, and that is negative 3, so not negative 1, it's negative 3. We put that in and hit OK. We get this. You don't really have to understand what this means. Just click Enter on your calculator, and you get the two roots, negative 2.30 and 1.30, which is exactly what we had before. So these, inside these curly brackets, those are your two answers.